From the NBC6 studios, this is South Florida Today.
Well, the Memorial Day weekend is upon us, the unofficial start of summer, and children everywhere will be heading into or near our dangerous waters. Millions of parents turn to swimming courses for their kids, but how young is too young for that? There's some unique programs out there. Tina Conti is standing by live in North Miami to give us a very visual demonstration. Good morning, Tina.
Bob, good morning. And we're not sure exactly what's going to happen with this. We've got a very unique test that one of the students here is about to take. We are going to show you that live. We've got little Sophia here. And you know, when it comes to aquatics programs for the very young, there is some debate on the topic. Let's take a look.
Ready, set, go. Your throws are amazing.
According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, children are not developmentally ready for formal swimming lessons until after their 4th birthday. Yet there are also many programs out there for infants and preschoolers, some focusing on water survival skills.
Ready, set, go. Mickey and Goofy,
The Baby Otter Swim School in Davie teaches preschoolers like 2.5-year-old Jessica Payne to turn, kick, and reach for the wall.
It's something apparent, you never get over it.
Instructor Mindy York's own daughter nearly drowned. They've also created a DVD advocating layers of protection around family pools.
Well, our main goal in our company is to save 1 million children over the next 10 years by teaching them this method.
Another method at Aquachild in North Miami. Check out little Sophia, 17 months old. She kicks, rolls over, and floats. Classes take 10 minutes a day, up to 6 weeks.
It's kind of like a set of drills we do over and over and over until it becomes a motor reflex.
At least one study has concluded that water survival skills were enhanced in a group of kids averaging 3 years old. Yet the correlation between safety skills and the risk of drowning has not been established.
Good job, little man.
Parents, including 12-month-old Jaden Russell's dad, say the classes work.
Very effective. Because like I said, my kids are fish. They're swimming.
You know, we've taught so many kids to love the water and to be skillful in the water.
The Academy of Pediatrics cautions parents not to let safety courses give them a false sense of security. Its policy recommends that whenever infants and toddlers are in or around water, an adult should be within an arm's length. Sophia's mom knows that supervision is key, but she says she'll take any potential advantage when it comes to our dangerous waters.
In case she did fall in, we would have those 30 seconds or a minute to, to me, that's between life or death.
And little Sophie is here now. She's getting ready for what they call the final exam. Now, this is not for all parents and kids. I want to warn you of that. She's getting ready to be placed in the water, fully clothed, unexpectedly. This is the final. She's never done this before, to see just how she reacts to that. And we have Scott Lawner here, the co-owner, to talk us through this. Scott, tell us what's happening here.
Well, we're going to give her a little surprise. Unexpectedly, we're going to get her in the water.
And this is obviously to simulate an emergency situation.
Right. This is so she's not prepared for it, to see how she'll react with nobody in the water.
And amazingly, as you can see, she went right in, flipped over onto her back, which of course is what they do teach through the courses here. They say they'll either swim to the side or roll on their back and float, and there you can see that's what she did. We're going to do the next position. What's that?
This is called a back pushover. This is disorients her when she falls in the water, like simulating if she fell in backwards, if she's sitting here and falls in.
And there again, what is the hope?
The hope is so she gets to her back and can float on top of the water and breathe.
From here, should she be able to get to the side on her own?
At this age, I think she's safer staying there screaming until somebody finds her, rather than trying to flip over and grab the wall.
And we don't want to torture her too much here. I know for a lot of parents out there, it's sometimes difficult to watch this. A lot of parents, though, feel that this is necessary to help get their kids used to these types of emergency situations. Now, Scott, I know we're going to let you go and finish up the final exam with Sophie. We want to point out to folks, of course, there's also some debate on the issue as to whether or not this type of a course simply attracts children to the water, whether they're more likely to go to water or whether they're just curious and may end up in the water anyway. Also a question as to whether or not they will react properly in a true emergency situation. Instructors here say that when it comes to little girls like Sophie and their parents, it's going to be an individual informed decision as to whether or not you want to sign up for a class like this one. Now, for a list of at least some of the aquatics programs in your neighborhood, you can log on to NBC6.net. As you can see, I think in this case, Sophie pretty much passed with flying colors. Bob, a little bit nerve-wracking to watch this, though, don't you think?
It is, Tina, but let me tell you this. We're all just gathered around the TV set here. One of the most amazing demonstrations we've ever had on the air. And I think what got all of us, in this case at least, the baby becomes its own alarm, falling into the water and screaming while at the same time floating to get the attention of whoever may be around.
And that certainly is the hope, that they would then give that parent a few moments to hear the trouble and come out and find them. And again, you don't know obviously how a child might respond in a true emergency. As we said, we don't necessarily want to advocate this for everyone, but a lot of parents feel that this is the way to go when it comes to safety for their children. You certainly have to just look into this, be informed, and then if you like, there are a lot of classes out there, not just here, but throughout South Florida for this.
All right, thank you, Tina.